I've come to the top of some pyramids here in Mexico before I start kicking off doing all my Xbox stuff. And it's so important to like get like a single day, just like a bit of time to yourself where you can make it feel like you're not just like constantly traveling all the time. And I think I've been thinking a lot about solo traveling recently, just because the past like, well, 3-4 months have just been non-stop traveling and working. It's cool, I've got to go to some cool places and see some really, really cool stuff, but I don't know, like, I think there's definitely something for, like, good times are only amazingly good times when you spend them with your friends and with your family, and people you meet on the road, they're kind of friends for a time. Some form into like really, really big long friendships and stuff like that, but generally speaking, you know, you end up kind of going out and getting drunk and having a good time, but really what you want to be doing is spending the time with like your closest friends and family. It's like that thing, you know, like if you go and see a movie on your own and then somehow you really struggle to remember what happened in the film, just because you almost need to like talk with someone about it afterwards to like really understand how you feel about something. And I don't know, like having experiences where it's not like a shared experience with somebody else, it's yeah, it's really different. I thought about this a lot when like one of my best friends died when I was 21, and I thought a lot about the fact that our shared experiences then disappear. Like having that person to refresh your memory and remind you of things that you've done is so important. And ultimately when you're just on your own, it's really, really easy to forget things that have happened. Like I've really struggled to remember what's been happening, what's been going on over the past 4 months. Like, you know, I look back through my camera roll and I'm like, what did I do? And whilst it's great to cram so much in, and I do feel like ever since my friend died, I think I've always felt very much that the clock is ticking. I'm super impatient about a lot of stuff. I've really felt like time is always, I literally can't see a thing with these, time is always counting down, and since Dad's diagnosis especially so, like I'm very, very impatient, and it's something I really need to work upon. It's like I feel like I need to consume and take in absolutely everything that happens in life as fast as I can. And it means I want to experience all these different things and do all this different stuff, but I never stick with anything. It's always on to the next, on to the next. It's like, you know the beginning bit of playing a video game, which is ultimately really annoying, and then suddenly the game hits its stride like a few hours in, a couple hours in, and you're like, great, I'm really enjoying this game, but you have to go through that beginning bit where it's trying to tell you what to do, and it's really irritating and annoying. I feel like I'm constantly restarting a game over and over and over again. And what I really want to do is be progressing to the next levels where I'll really start feeling the rewards of everything that I've done. But I feel lost. I feel like I'm not sure who I am. And I used to be so certain of the things I loved and the things I wanted and everything I wanted to do and all of this stuff that I'll look you in the eye, although I can't because I'm squinting. I'm trying to do it this way. But like, I just still can't do it, it's squinty. I just, I don't know. I used to have such a certain sense of self and things that I loved doing and things that I wanted to do. I still wanted to do a lot of different stuff, but I was a lot more focused and direct. And now I just feel confused all the time. Like there's so much going on, and I'm so distracted, and just, I don't know whether it's just one of the problems of the modern age, you know, we're just so distracted. It's too much to do. Maybe it's just because I've been working so much. Maybe it's just I've been working so hard that all of the things that are normally in place aren't there. So it's hard to get a kind of grip on what you are, who you are, kind of thing. I don't know. It's so easy just to get lost in life. You know, like when you're younger, you look at older people and you think like, oh, how did you let yourself get to that kind of stage where you have no idea what you're doing? And then all of a sudden, well actually most of the time that's me, I don't know what I'm doing. it is incredibly hot up this giant temple. I think we still need to climb that one in a minute. I need to start moving, I think, because otherwise the whole group's gonna leave. But I don't know. I think I just need some time. I think I need some time, like on my own, like away from work, away from that version of me, and just figure out like what I want to do, like where I want to aim. I don't know. I didn't expect to sort of be where I am and still feel confused about stuff. Are we ever at a point, does anyone ever really hit, is it just me? Just because I keep changing my mind? I don't know, it's weird. Is it something that everyone feels, just this feeling of confusion about life? You'd think that it would get, it somehow weirdly seemed simpler when I was younger, and now not so much. But don't worry, I'm like really glad for like all this travel. It's, I fully get, I've got a very enviable job, I've got a really enviable position, and I'm not taking that for granted at all, because I've got to do some really cool things. Like today especially has been great. Really, really great. You just spend so much time in your own head. It's almost too much. And it's like daily over-analysing, and you're always over-analysing because there's no distractions. I mean, there are distractions, but it's ultimately just your voice and you. I don't know. But yeah, travelling alone, it's interesting. You do end up talking to a lot more people. Most of your photos are selfies. You can pretty much do whatever you want to do whenever you want to do it. But like, I think the real joy of life is having somebody to share those experiences with. Someone who brings out sort of the best version of you and makes you want to have like the best time. It's a weirdly, oddly lonely working life at the moment, and it's weird because I'm always surrounded by people, always with people and working with people, but you're like the only constant in that equation. Anyway, I think I'm going to take some time over Christmas and just chill the fuck out. But let's all just quietly for a minute enjoy the view from the really big tall thing that I just climbed up. The only problem is now is that I've got to climb back down again, which is difficult. It's the hardest bit actually.